And, of course, we want to take a look back at all of those. So we're going to recap all the action from the day's games. We're going to take a look at some of the product that stood out on field. And, of course, we're going to take a look at the best of social. This is SOCCER.COM Live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of SOCCER.COM Live. Cole here with Adam and Martin. Thank you guys for joining me on another glorious day of action. All I want to say is, it's soccer showtime! Good shout from the commentator today.
And now everyone's putting us on mute for the remainder of the show.
I don't blame you. Either that or turning on Telemundo. So, one of the two.
Can you blame them?
Where do we start, Cole? Where do we start today?
I don't know where to start because, usually we start with the games that have just been incredible to watch, like the most important game of the day, but today had so much.
Three great games, three great performances.
I don't think you could have, you can't be disappointed with any of the games today. That's all I'll say.
I know where I want to start, though.
I have a feeling I know as well, and I'm probably going to guess Germany.
Can we talk about that rocket?
Oh my gosh. We were sitting here screaming in the office.
Yeah, I think when I first saw them set up... So, first of all, that's a really bad foul to give away.
Incredibly
There's no
terrible
reason to give that foul away if you're a Swedish defender, but we were sitting here wondering how it was going to work from a free kick there. You know it's their last chance. And then we saw Marco Reus set up right next to the ball with Toni Kroos. And I thought maybe they were going to try to cross it, and they were just putting Reus next to the ball to bring a defender away. But it's obvious that they practiced that.
That was just... That goes back to almost just like the Nacho goal for me with Spain and Portugal. That's the strike you dream of hitting.
I think this one's better because of the pressure. I think this is the...
Fair enough.
All things considered, context included, this is the best goal of the tournament.
Yep.
Do you know what it reminded me of? When Wayne Rooney got the record-breaking goal for Manchester United.
Yes,
remember
what was
that
that, 250?
he took just on the left corner of the box like that? There's only one place you can put it.
And then he put it exactly.
He put it there.
Yeah.
Sensational goal.
Yeah, and you could tell
the 11 pros worked out beautifully for it.
If only they were still available to the rest of us, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Sure, you must have a pair knocking around somewhere, Cole.
I wish. Adidas, if you're watching. Oh, man. Incredible game, though. Maybe Germany left it a little late. Maybe they didn't impose their supreme power, if you will, over their opposition. But, it ended up in their favor. And I guess when we look back at the end of the day, that's all we're going to remember.
They played a lot better today than they did
against
the last game.
Yeah.
And I think that was down to the team sheet that Jurgen Löw put out. Putting Marco Reus on the field, which I think a lot of Germans have been crying out for, was probably the best decision he's made all tournament. You saw Marco Reus for me was man of the match. I don't think you could really even put another player into that category. He had the goal and the assist. He was lively in the first half and was kind of the catalyst for them going forward in the second half. So I think when you see a player like Marco Reus making his first World Cup start, getting his first World Cup goal, I think you have to wonder, are some other players sitting on the bench for Germany that might be able to provide that spark to push them towards regaining the World Cup trophy?
Fantastic story as well. The adversity that he suffered in his career, kind of made his Germany debut in 2011, and through injuries, all the injuries that he's suffered,
7
only
years later.
34 appearances since then, but obviously has always had amazing ability. I actually met him at a Puma event a few years ago, and he's a great guy as well. So really happy for him and excited to see how he does the rest of the tournament. And I think Germany, what do they always say about championship performances? Even when you're not playing that great, you grind out results. And they didn't do that in the first game. They did this time. Maybe this will be the catalyst that spurs them on for their final game against South Korea.
But I think you made a good point. They didn't do it last time, but I think looking back, that might have something to do with Mexico, because the way they played today was fantastic.
What a transition.
Took it
what
right.
a transition.
That was it.
I'm a pro.
Mexico versus South Korea was another great game to watch. Some great action end to end. of course, we had Vuela with the goal, Chicharito with the goal. I was very happy to see Javier Hernandez on the score sheet. I've been a big fan of his since his Manchester United days. Great to see 50 goals for Chicharito as well. So
50 goals, yeah, first Mexican player to reach 50 international goals. Obviously, he was already the record goal scorer for Mexico, but this just keeps moving him ahead. He's just such a great finisher. It wasn't a cleanly struck finish by any means, but that's kind of his style. He finds a way to put the ball in the net, and that's... speaking from a player of similar kind of finishing ability, sometimes I can appreciate that, and he's a player I've always looked up to too. And I think sometimes unfairly criticized, but just the stats speak for themselves.
I would say Korea did, I thought, a great job of fighting back as well. They did get a consolation goal in the end, but they did it. They put up a fight.
They did. I thought that they did a good job of being very physical, as we've seen a lot of mismatched teams, undermatched teams at this World Cup. They broke up play. They were physical with some of the star men, and honestly, they were a little unlucky to concede the first goal with that handball in the box. But I thought that they fought back well, and even the goal that was taken, Heung-min Son was fantastic on that strike, and it's crazy the quality of that goal considering he's a righty, and he cut in on his left foot and had a strike of that quality with his left foot, which was just phenomenal.
I do want to add to that. So the penalty in the Mexico game today meant that there have been more penalties called in this World Cup than the whole entire World Cup in 2014. I believe there were 13 penalties called in 2014's World Cup, but there are 14 called now since this World Cup has started. Wow. So maybe a little more physical play, maybe just players getting unlucky with handballs, but maybe that's VAR.
Yeah.
But one way or another, we're up to 14 penalties called so far, and who knows? We're already setting a record. So.
Well, we have a lot of Mexican fans watching the show, so let us know who you think were the best performers today in the game against South Korea. Obviously, a good win there puts them, back-to-back wins, puts them in a really strong position in the group. Do you think they'll go far in the tournament? How far do you think they can go? Could they win it? Who knows?
Every 20 years, there's a first-time winner. So looking back for the past 20 years, every 20 years, there's been a first-time winner. So you never know. It could be Mexico this time. So
why not?
Why not? Moving on, we're looking at the early morning game, Belgium versus Tunisia. I just firing on all cylinders.
Talking of a team that looks good.
Oh, yeah.
Man. I mean, Belgium
firing on all cylinders.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that performance is what I've been expecting from a France, a Brazil, a Germany. Seeing it from Belgium just almost reinforces the fact that they could go extremely deep in this tournament.
And we could say that we should temper our expectations a little bit just because of the opposition that they faced, but we've seen big teams struggle
against
a
teams
lot
like that,
against some of the smaller nations, and Belgium have just been on fire. They've got their players that are maybe a little bit more confidence players, like Hazard and Lukaku, but I mean both of them had a brace today, so I think they are definitely trending in the right direction, and I'm really, really excited. I thought that they were definitely dark horses for the final. I don't think they're dark horses anymore. I think you consider them favorites.
I don't think so. And on top of that, I believe they're the third or they're the fourth teammates in World Cup history to have two multi-goal games back-to-back in a tournament. And I mean, that's the fact that they're having multi-goal games. I mean, their goal differential, now is 6?
Outrageous.
Like 6 or 7 goals. I mean, the only other team to do that is Russia, and they're in a very, very soft group. But I mean, it's incredible what they're able to do. And I think Lukaku, on that type of form, especially with players like Hazard and De Bruyne behind him, I'm going to be hard-pressed to see who's stopping them.
Yeah, I mean, you could say that, we'll see what happens with England's game tomorrow against Panama, but you could say that possibly the best remaining game of the group stage is going to be that England-Belgium game. Ooh. If England beats Panama, them going head-to-head against each other to potentially win that group could be a really fun game to watch. Yeah,
that's going to be an amazing game to watch. I'm already looking forward to that no matter what. And England haven't even played their second game yet. Oh, man. All right, guys. Well, that is the recap of the day's actions. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with you guys from the Goal Tracker.
He saw an opening in the defense and achieved the hat trick. It's one of the tournament's great goals. And this man is rampant now. He might have just won the cup for Germany.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to SOCCER.com studios. I am here next to one of my favorite things, the goal tracker, because it has all the pretty products and all the pretty boots, which I like. So we're taking a look. Of course, Mercurial has just absolutely cemented itself up top. Nobody's catching it. 32 goals so far from the Mercurial silo at this World Cup. Absolutely insane. 9 goals for the Adidas X, 7 goals for the Adidas Predator. With Lukaku's performance today, the Puma 1 has risen up to 5 goals. And then on 3 goals apiece, we have the Nike Hypervenom and Nike Magista. And 2 goals for the Puma Future. And making its first appearance on the goal tracker chart is the Adidas Nemeziz with 2 goals from today's performances as well. Of course, you know Chicharito rocking those boots today. So definitely great to see some Nemeziz love on the field. Definitely, I mean, seeing it this kind of late in the group stages, a little bit of a shocker, especially with Royce's performance today. I think it was great to see Puma Future getting a run out as well. I do want to take a moment to tell you guys some of the deals that we have going on right now at SOCCER.com. Of course, the official match ball for Adidas, the Telstar, is on sale right now with the code. All right, but it is time to take a look at some of the product that has stood out on field today, and I do want to say the first one, obviously, is Nemeziz.
Yeah, Nemeziz with 2 goals, getting their account opened. So we've got both Nemeziz here. We've got
the laceless 18+,
which we saw on Julian Draxler today, and then we've got the 18.1, which we saw Chicharito and Ola Toivonen scoring today.
So obviously both of them very good boots. It's very subtle updates to maybe the 17+ that we've seen players wearing. Obviously, the most notable is going to be the collar, a little bit more of a mid-cut now, just a little bit more lockdown, a little bit more stability for that laceless product. Both of them are great boots. I mean, I'm sorry, guys. I mean, this one is still a little dirty for me wearing it. Fantastic, though. A lot of lockdown. The compression with the agility knit the agility bandages offers a great fit, a lot of padding in there. I know you've worn these once or twice now.
I've worn those, so I've worn the original 17+, and I've also worn the 18+, and I noticed a big difference in terms of just the thickness on the bandage. It wasn't too off-putting, it was a little bit thicker, but also it helped lock down my foot a little bit, and it also made my contact on the ball a little bit more comfortable. So I actually like the update.
Yeah, the padding almost makes it a little thinner as well, so you do get more of that form-fitting, compression-like fit around the boot. Both of these Nemeziz are available right now at SOCCER.com. Of course, if you guys are a Gold Club member, I highly recommend being a part of it. Gold Club actually right now, $10. You can join for life. Lifetime of discounts. You get 10% off everything on site, including both of these brand new Nemeziz. Fantastic boots. I highly recommend joining and checking out the Nemeziz if you guys can. Of course, goal scores today, so obviously it can't be bad.
Yeah.
The other thing I do want to talk about today is the jerseys you and I are wearing. Great performances today. Martin, we'll leave you out of it for right now.
Okay, fine.
It's okay. Belgium, of course, we've touched on this before. Their throwback jersey is basically, this is a nod to that throwback, though. What was it, Martin? The 1980s kit?
Yeah, I want to say 1982 or 86. I think it's 1982. Good year. So that's that one. The Argyle pattern on the front there. Just a really good looking kit. Belgium had a great team back then in the 80s, in the late 70s, early 80s. But this Belgian team might be the best
golden generation.
Yeah, so you can obviously get customization on this kit. Adam, do you want to stack? Like, I don't know if people
I
can see that a little bit.
You can slide
Stand
around
up a little bit. You've got
Eden
Hazard scored 2 goals today there. And obviously, you can also get the likes of Lukaku on the back.
Lukaku.
Guy we haven't even really mentioned yet, with Kevin De Bruyne, who like runs that midfield, is one of the best players in the world. And I think you could probably get your own name as well if you want that on there too.
Oh yeah, of course. I am wearing the Germany jersey, which they were rocking today. I couldn't resist, guys. I'm sorry. I got to give you the full spin. I couldn't resist after he banged in that free kick. Just absolutely incredible. Couldn't resist going with the Toni Kroos.
Don't blame him.
Great jersey, though. I love the fit. I mean, material's nice.
Yeah, I think Adidas kind of nailed it with the newer material that they've been using. And I think especially if you're interested in the Authentics, I've always been more of a Nike fan with Authentics, but I think Adidas, the new Authentics, have been like really, really nice. I really like the fit on them, and the Climacool material.
Yep, they introduced really a drop tail actually kind of on the back end of the jersey, so it has kind of an updated fit. It's really, really nice.
Right.
Really appreciate that. If you guys do want to know more about some of the authentic versus replica, we do actually have a video that we made here in the studio with myself and our good friend Bianca.
Yeah.
She came into the studio and made an authentic versus replica with us, so you guys can check that out. We compare, for men, the authentic versus the replica, and for women, we do some women's fit jerseys versus the youth jerseys, if that's something you'd like to check out as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Just go to SOCCER.COM and search their World Cup jersey sizing. You should find it. And it's a pretty informative video. It tells you all about the different women's versus youth fits and replica versus authentics. Good watch.
It's a great video, if I can say so myself. I mean, I think I did a stellar job making it, but you never know. Anyway, moving on, we are actually going to take another quick break, and we will be right back with you guys with some comments from you guys and some of the best of social. Hey guys, and welcome back to SOCCER.COM Live. Cole here with Adam and Martin, and we are continuing this awesome show. And Martin, do we have anything cool coming in on our comments? I'm assuming we do, because we have the best viewers.
Yeah, we've got some great comments so far. One question from one of our regular viewers, Waco, Texas Soccer Bros, says, after seeing Sweden play today, how do you think Mexico will perform against them in that final group game? And who will win in that encounter, do you think?
So the way Mexico are very, very good on the break. And I think that's one of their big strengths. I think Sweden have, now that they've seen Mexico play twice, I mean, they have the footage to go back and watch. I think it could be something they set up to defend against. The only question is, are they going to do it well enough?
Well, Sweden is the exact same way. You've got two defensively minded teams. During the game today, there was a point where Germany had 122 passes and Sweden had 7, but Sweden had 2 shots on goal.
Exactly.
So Sweden is a very direct team. They run through Emil Forsberg. They can play the ball straight forward. And I think Mexico may struggle, but I also think Mexico has the better ball players. And I think that they'll be able to create more chances and possibly overpower Sweden in the end.
I think that basically answers it. Yeah. I mean,
and the reward for winning their group potentially?
Playing
could be Brazil.
Yeah,
it could be Brazil.
Not a great result, to be honest.
Oh man. Frankie Garcia asking, can Colombia make it to the round of 16?
Tough. I hope so, because I would like to see them progress. They're a really entertaining team when they're on form, but they obviously are in a hole now with the loss in the first game, with the red card. We'll see.
It's kind of an uphill battle, but like you said, I mean, time will tell. And
Poland also, I think, maybe didn't quite live up to expectations in their first game as well. So that actually will be a really interesting game tomorrow, to see those two teams, see who can kind of, bounce back from maybe a disappointing first game and establish some kind of superiority in a group which is really open.
As long as that game isn't a draw, I think that game or that group stays wide open. Yeah. I think if whoever loses that game, Colombia will obviously be out. But of the 3 remaining, I think it could go any way.
Another question from Eric M. Who was your man of the match for the Belgium game?
I really liked what Hazard did. I also really liked what Lukaku did. I
mean, you could shout either one of them. It's a multi-goal game.
I think it's up to personal preference. I really liked what Hazard did. I'm a midfielder, attacking midfielder, so I really look to what he does, winger too. And if you're a forward, you're probably going with Lukaku. 2 great finishes from him.
Yeah, I mean, seeing a player being able to break the back line as easy as he does, not to mention he's what, like 6'4", at least 180, 200 pounds. I mean, he's breaking through back lines at speeds that, defenders can't catch up to.
Finally has a cleat perhaps that suits him, and maybe we'll talk about that in a bit.
Lukaku, I will tell you what, if you can bring that scoring form back to Manchester United, I will love you for the rest of your time there.
And beyond.
And beyond, of course. One more question before we move on. Will Spain or Portugal win the group? Both are tied for points and goals right now. That's a question from Marvin Q.
So
hold on. Marvin Q. I see you have a Sporting KC logo as your username. That's a great man right there. My favorite team, Sporting KC. Go for it. Sorry. Continue. Spain or Portugal?
Okay, so their final group games are Portugal play Iran and Spain play Morocco. So Morocco has impressed me a bit more than Iran. I would, if I was going to say have a bet right now, I would probably say Spain to win the group.
I am not sure, to be honest. I think with Spain and Morocco, there's a bit of a regional rivalry. So it just depends on how well the teams get up for the game. I think it's going to be a physical game for sure. Morocco's been physical. So is Iran, though, against Portugal. But both of those teams, all 4 of these teams have been physical throughout the entire group stage. So I think it's a good shout to either pick Portugal or Spain. I think Spain's going to play the better football. We'll see if that ends up working for them. If I had to guess, though, I'm going to go with Portugal.
I think it depends what Portugal team shows up. Mm-hmm. If it's the Portugal from the second game that they played, I think they might be in trouble. If it's the Portugal from the Spain game, I think they got a shot at winning it.
Yeah.
Do you mean if it's the Cristiano Ronaldo from the...
Right.
Oh,
same thing.
Cristiano Ronaldo is only going to perform as well as the players around him. If he doesn't get the ball like he did in the second game, he can't perform. If he gets the ball like he did against Spain, then he has a chance to impact the game. And it's one of those situations that if the team is firing and they're right and they're playing well and they're getting him the ball, then you have a Spain performance. If they're not getting him the ball and they're not able to find his feet, he kind of gets stuck out on an island, and it turns into a situation of their second game where he had the goal, but for the rest of the game, he didn't make much of an impact.
Right.
So, anyway, moving on, we are now going to take a look at the best of social from the day, and we're going to start with this post from Puma Football with
with 2 passes, one from Emil Forsberg that just set Berg off. And was it a penalty? Was it not? Who knows? But Germany does leave themselves open to that, and teams like Sweden and Mexico can take advantage.
We saw it like picture perfect against Mexico. They won the ball. They had one pass out to an attacking mid. They found Chicharito. He played a pass back, and then all of a sudden they were on a break, and nobody could catch up. And it ends up becoming where Germany's midfielders are having to track back to play defense, and they can't match it. So it was a great take by Curtis Larson. Thanks for giving that to us today. This next one actually from Alex Morgan. Basically,
think all 6 of us in the room were audibly like yelling after that. I didn't know how to process it.
We either had hands on the head or we were just sitting there just mouth open, screaming, couldn't believe it. Oh my goodness. Incredible goal. And of course the last shot from today. Game so far in the tournament and 0 0-0 draws.
Thank you for that.
Oh my gosh. The goals haven't always been the best, but they're goals nonetheless.
It's been a few OGs.
And yes, there has. But, I mean, at the end of the day, it's all entertainment. That's what soccer's all about.
Do you think Jose Mourinho's brain is imploding right now seeing this?
I can't imagine he's enjoying it. I'll tell you what. I can't imagine the United team, the coaching staff there is super happy with the defensive performances that have been put on there.
Being parked.
No kidding. But now we actually have something to give away.
Yeah.
Let's see. Chicharito scored today, and who was it that scored for Sweden? And Toivonen. You know what? Let's give away one of their boots.
Yeah,
there we go.
Do it.
We'll give away a pair of Nemeziz 18. If you guys want a shot to win a pair of the new Adidas Nemeziz 18, all you guys have to do is go to SOCCER.COM. I believe it's /Adidas /Nemeziz.
That's right, SOCCER.COM /Adidas /Nemeziz. We will drop that link into the comments so you guys have it. And what you need to do is go to that page. You'll scroll down to the bottom of the page, and there'll be a sign-up form where you can enter your details to win, and then also the password, which today, because he scored, is
Chicharito. So go on there. Javier Hernandez's nickname, Chicharito.
The little P.
The little P. Go on to soccer.com /Adidas /Nemeziz. Enter the passcode. You're entered to win. I highly recommend it. I like these boots. Adam likes these boots. Yep. I've yet to meet somebody that's worn them that hasn't been at least somewhat of a fan. So I highly recommend it. Go check it out, you guys. I think that just about wraps our day.
Yeah, what a day.
Now we just got to get ready for England tomorrow, don't we?
Yep, absolutely. England, Panama, first game tomorrow. Should be a cracker.
I'll be at your house with a cup of tea waiting for me. Oh, there we go.
Did I invite you, Cole?
Fair enough. All right, you guys. Make sure you guys watch all the action tomorrow as another great day of World Cup action hits us. You guys can interact with us on social media, SOCCER.COM. Make sure you guys talk with us. We'll talk back. We have fun with you guys. We like you guys. And, of course, make sure you guys tune in to SOCCER.COM live tomorrow. Chat with us. Find out what the giveaway is. Might be something good. You never know.
Who knows?
Anyway, that's all we got for you guys today. We will see you once again tomorrow. This has been SOCCER.COM live.